Today was Dragon Quest Day, and for the most part, today was actually a good day for Dragon Quest fans. At first, there wasn't really much hope for this year's Dragon Quest Day. Things seemed to be pretty bleak, nothing about Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D or Dragon Quest 12. But surprisingly enough, Square Enix has been cooking this year for Dragon Quest Day. Obviously we didn't get the announcements we want, but the announcements they did make were actually pretty decent. And to make this very clear, they didn't announce everything in one particular stream. It seemed to be some of them were streamed and some of them were just shadow dropped. So let's start with the one that was actually streamed, being Infinity Strash Dragon Quest The Adventures of Dai, which is the official name here in the West. To which we now have a confirmation of when that game is coming out, being September 28th of this year. And not only is it going to be coming to PlayStation 4, Switch, PS5, and Steam, it is also coming out on Xbox Series X and S. No word on Xbox One, seeing how most of these Japanese games are skipping Xbox One but going forward with the series consoles. And overall, based on my impressions on the game, it actually looks pretty good. There was some gameplay that was shown off earlier, and that was a little bit rough, but this one actually looks pretty decent. For the most part, it looks like an arena fighter game akin to something like Naruto Ultra Storm in a sense, while at the same time mixing a little bit of Dynasty Warriors as well. The combat seems relatively simplistic, and for the most part, it's addressing a lot of things that my complaints were in Dragon Quest Treasures, where Dragon Quest Treasures combat didn't look appealing, and it felt too simplistic. While Dragon Quest Dai still looks relatively simplistic, but at the same time there's still style to it, which is what I mentioned in my Why Dragon Quest Treasures Failed video, where I mentioned to where you could be simplistic, but you need to have some style as well, which is what I was trying to come across of what I would have changed for Dragon Quest Treasured. And on top of that, it definitely seems like the graphics were definitely polished up for Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai Infinity Strash, and for the most part, for a game that I wasn't really that interested in initially, I'm now relatively more interested in now. But that wasn't just the only announcement we got this Dragon Quest Day, being Dragon Quest Dai. We also got an announcement of a brand new Dragon Quest Monsters game exclusive on Nintendo Switch. And quite honestly, this is what we should have gotten instead of Dragon Quest Treasures. I know I've constantly talked about Treasures a lot and how that game ended up not living up to expectations, but it needs to be said that we should have gotten the Monsters game instead of Dragon Quest Treasures. And it definitely seems like they're remedying this issue, seeing how we're getting a brand new game to celebrate the 25 years of Dragon Quest Monsters. We don't know anything about this game. They kind of just released a trailer just celebrating all the games that released for the Monster series, so nothing to say so far, but definitely very excited to see what this new Monsters game look like. And definitely another game on the list of Dragon Quest games that we barely seen much of. One of them being 12 of course, and the other one being 3 HD 2D. So hopefully we get to see more of this brand new Dragon Quest Monsters game. And for someone who's played some of the Monsters games but never finished, it'll definitely get me more in the mood to play more of the Monsters games. And that was everything in terms of this year's Dragon Quest Day. Definitely much better announcements in comparison to last year. And like I said, we didn't get everything we want, but the things we did get ended up being relatively great. And that's all for today's video. Comment down below of what you think about the announcements. And also don't forget to leave this video a like and subscribe as well. And you want to see more Dragon Quest videos, check out these videos here. See you guys on the next one. Take care.